Guten Morgen and welcome to Cologne. Well, welcome to my tiny hotel room in Cologne. I just had breakfast. It's included in this hotel room. If you missed the last video of this series, I traveled here from Lithuania, where I'm living right now, and I'm only in Cologne for about 24 hours. Last night I met up with my friend Alex and her boyfriend, who is on his way back to Mexico tonight, and her and I are gonna travel onwards to Hamburg. But today, this morning, until probably early afternoon, I have all day free to explore Cologne, so I'm super excited. So I've just caffeinated up. I've had 2 coffees. The breakfast was a very European affair. It was literally bread, meat, and cheese. There were some hard-boiled eggs and some yogurt, which was delicious. But yeah, Lithuania is an hour ahead of Germany, so I woke up really early and nothing really opens until about 10. Like, none of the touristy stuff that I want to do is open until 10, so I've got a little bit of time to just wander around the city. Hopefully it's quiet. It's not beautiful weather. It's a little bit cloudy. I think it might rain on and off all day, but I brought an umbrella, got a sweater. It's still warmer than it is in Lithuania, so I'm gonna head off for the day and just explore, try and find a place I can put my backpack, probably in the train station, and then pick it up on my way. So enough babbling, let's go and see Cologne. Hi, I'm Laura, and for the last 11 years, my boyfriend Luke and I have been living in different countries around the world. What was initially meant to be a year of travel after graduating from college quickly morphed into a lifelong love for exploring the world. Since we packed up those backpacks for the first time back in 2010, we have lived in New Zealand, Australia, South Korea, Mexico, and are now living in Lithuania. In between those settled years, we spent long periods of time traveling to over 20 different countries. And now, we're enjoying setting up a new life in a new country, very different from our last. And through these videos, I share my experiences with you. Cologne is Germany's 4th largest city and is located along the Rhine River in western Germany, near-ish to the border with the Netherlands. It was founded in the 1st century by the Romans and was called Colonia Claudia Ada Agrippinensium, a name that was just too long, so for short they referred to it as Colonia. In the 5th century, Cologne was taken by the Franks and became an important city in medieval Germany. During World War II, the city center was almost completely destroyed by bombings, and it took several decades to return to its former pre-war population. I left my hotel and walked towards the center of the city, mostly in search of a supermarket where I was hoping to pick up some toothpaste that I forgot to pack, but also just to enjoy the city before everyone woke up for the day. Is there anything better than walking around a city when it's still waking up? It's only Saturday morning, so I'm sure, like most cities, people are sleeping in and probably recovering from their hangovers, but there's still people like starting to walk around. The cafes have people inside. None of the shops open until 10, and it's just about 9 o'clock, so the sun's starting to come out. There's blue skies. It's gonna be a great day. So cologne, you know, the thing that you put on to smell better, comes from Cologne. Shakar. And that building is where it was invented, where it was created for the first time. It was created there back in 1709, and now it's a museum that you can go inside. Of course, it doesn't open until 10 a.m., so it's probably second on my priority list after I climb up to the top of the bell tower at the Cathedral when that opens also. I have an hour to wander around. I'm going to go and find the town hall, which is supposed to be a beautiful building that was built back in 1300. So let's go. The Cologne City Hall is Germany's oldest city hall. They have historical documents from the building that date back over 900 years. The building has several parts, all built during different time periods, with the oldest being the historic town hall, built in the 14th century. Then there's the Gothic tower that was built in the 15th century, and the slightly more modern atrium that you see in the main square, which was built in the 20th century. I've tried to go around it, but it's pretty much like this all the way around. So obviously it's under construction, but you can get a little bit of an idea of its glory. It's so beautiful. I'll zoom in so you can see some of the detail. It was originally built in 1393. That's pretty incredible. There's obviously been a lot of restructuring since then. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I stored my bag in the train station, which inflation since the last time I stored a bag in Germany was €6 for 24 hours. You can only do 2 hours or 24 hours, and 2 hours is €3. So it just made sense to do the whole day because I'm not going to be back here until 3 and it's only 9:30. But now I get to climb up there, all like 500 steps without my backpack, so probably worth it. The Cologne Cathedral is perhaps the most famous thing about Cologne. It also happens to be one of the most famous things about Germany, and for good reason. It is the second tallest church in Europe, and the tallest twin-spired church in the entire world. It's the most visited tourist site in Germany, receiving some 20,000 daily visitors. The city was horribly bombed in World War II, and the cathedral was hit 14 times. Yet despite the rest of the city crumbling around it, the cathedral remained standing. Some believe it is because the Allied air bombers used the twin spires as a landmark to navigate around Western Germany from above. Now you can enter the cathedral belfry and walk all 533 steps to the top. There's no elevator. It costs €5 to enter, and you can spend as much time as you need to get up and back down again. I highly recommend coming as early as you can to avoid the crowds in the narrow staircase. I came around 9:45 and had it almost completely to myself. As I was coming down at around 10:20, it was much busier. The climb is worth it once you get to the top. The views back over the city and the Rhine River are incredible. The inside of the cathedral is huge. It's so beautiful in there. So you have to show your vaccine card or a negative COVID test absolutely everywhere. Even when I checked into my hotel, but to go into the cathedral, to go up the bell tower, I have a feeling when I go into this museum there too. Yeah, it's just part of traveling around in Germany at the minute for sure. So make sure you're aware of that. I am going to go into the Museum Ludwig. It has the largest Picasso collection of Picassos in Europe. So I'm excited to check that out. Museum Ludwig houses a modern art collection including pop art, abstract, and surrealism, and although it cost a whopping €13, I spent over 2 hours inside and saw so many different types of art. That museum was amazing. The Picassos are great, and like any good museum, they're like at the very top, at the very back, so you have to walk through the whole museum to get to them, but it's so worth it. Like, it was so great. I'm like buzzing. I spent 2 hours in there. It was so beautiful. Mostly contemporary art, but a lot of like interactive, like audio-visual stuff. Like, it was just so cool. So yeah, if you have any interest in art at all, I highly recommend it. Now I'm gonna go find some lunch. I am starving. I had so much food at breakfast, and I still wanted to have time to explore another side of town before my train. So I headed to a busy bakery and bought a sandwich and a pretzel to have in a park at the waterfront. It was just a small sandwich, but I also got a pretzel because when in Germany. And yeah, I'm just gonna go now wander around. There are a few like Roman ruins around. Should be pretty cool to check out. And yeah, then it's almost time to get on the train. Just outside of the cathedral, there's a stone archway which is called the Northern Gate, and used to be the northern walkway into the city during Roman times. From the cathedral, I walked west out of the city towards another Roman structure, which is a stunningly preserved tower with mosaic decoration. This tower was the northwestern tower of the Roman fort and built back in 50 AD. The reason it's in such good condition is because from the 14th century, the tower was incorporated into the neighboring building, which was a Franciscan convent. It was used as a bathroom. Okay, my last stop of the day is the Belgian quarter, which I'm only a few blocks away from that Roman pillar. And I've read that that's where all the really good cafes are, like if you want a really good coffee, like an espresso style flat white or something. So yeah, a little afternoon pick me up before I have to get back to the train station. Hopefully not have to run for it. Still have a little bit of time, but it's a little bit far from the train station by foot. It's probably about a 25-minute walk. And trying to cross the street. It's such a cool neighborhood around here. Like as you walk west from the river, it gets a little bit more residential, a little bit, the buildings are lower. Yeah, it's really cool out here. That place was crazy busy. They roast their own beans. I got a flat white. It was €3.40. It's like over €1 more than what you pay in Vilnius, but gate started to open. Besides that gate opening, the coffee is very delicious. Also, this neighborhood's very cute. Let me show you. I had about 30 minutes before I had to get back to the train station to pick up my backpack and meet my friend Alex to catch our train to Hamburg. So I made a slow walk along different side streets, including this very busy shopping street, until I was eventually back in the city center. Back at the train station, getting ready to go. Cologne deserves way more time than I gave it. I would definitely stay for at least another day if I had the time. There's so many cool bars and restaurants around this area, and then the Belgian quarter had so many cool restaurants and stuff. So yeah, bummed to move on, but excited to go to Hamburg. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really supports my channel. Be sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on the next couple of videos in Hamburg and traveling around back to Lithuania. If you have any questions about Cologne or travel in Germany at the minute, let me know in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Bye.